What's going on, everyone? It's Mike back again, and this is your match preview. It's Everton against Brighton, and first and foremost, Happy New Year, everyone. Thank you ever so much for all the love and the messages I had yesterday. It was mad. Inbox blew up. Just with genuine support and love, which is always obviously nice to receive. So thank you ever so much, guys. And we go into this game off the back of 3 games being cancelled, and against a Brighton side that are difficult to play away from home. They're good away from home, I'm trying to say. They've lost a couple of games at home, to be fair, but their away record, certainly over the last 7 games, firstly, they keep seeming to pop up and score 90th minute equalisers and winners, and credit to them for that. They've done well in terms of the style of football that they're playing, and they're getting a lot of plaudits this season. Graham Potter's doing a great job. Basuma's playing really well, bearing in mind there was off-field allegations and whatever, and he's been fantastic for Brighton this season. We saw it the other night against Chelsea. He's prepared to pick up the ball in the middle of the park and hurt teams. So it's a dangerous game for Everton, with the fact that they haven't had a game in three really, with the games that have been suspended, Burnley, Newcastle and Leicester originally. So it's a tough one to call. Everton should feel... This should be a game that Everton win, in my opinion. Everton should go into this game well rested. Players coming back from COVID. Calvert-Lewin is back, so those crosses across the box, you like to think that he will do everything he can to be on the end of them, albeit he hasn't played competitively, and I think now since August, October. So, August, September, so he might be, a little bit rusty in front of goal like that. But, we need him to hit the ground running. We need to pick up points, and we need them quickly, because, when you look at how poor we've played this season at times, just in games gone by, in past games, and I mean before Calvert-Lewin's injury, if Everton were poor but we could just knock it in the box, he could get his head on it or get a toe on it, or he just had that movement that would just get himself an inch and we'd score and we'd win a game. And we've really missed that over the last 12 games, really. We have been poor. I suspect that Everton are going through this whole sort of change at the minute. Rafa Benitez is sort of in control of all of the background workings, it appears, and Marcel Brands has obviously left. There's a lot of big changes, and I just feel like the players on the pitch now, we could do with them being consistent, putting a result together, doing something that changes my opinion almost makes me feel like this is a club that is going in the right direction and they are ambitious enough to do the right things, and I want to get back to that. This is a January window. We've already confirmed we've signed Michaelenko, which is a good signing by all accounts from the Ukraine, and a view from the Bullens. They did a really good interview with a Ukrainian sports YouTube channel, I think, and they were fantastic as well. So I'm interested to see what happens. Obviously he can't play. Be interested to see if Luca Dean plays. Interested to see if he doesn't. Ben Godfrey is going to play left back. Who's going to play in the centre? There's been rumours about Mina and Holgate both leaving. Holgate was rumoured to be leaving for Newcastle. Newcastle looked like they were just about to sign Trippier, which is a good signing for them, but I don't think it's the right type of player for them. So, will Holgate be risked? If he's going to go for, say, 10, 12 million, is Holgate going to be risked? I would be surprised. So, all in all, I really don't know what to expect from this game of football. I don't know what to expect in terms of, the way that Everton will play, even the team that will play. Rafa was very coy with his comments yesterday about who's available, who's not available, COVID and not COVID, etc. And, equally COVID, we know it affects different players in different ways. We know Ben Godfrey had it August time, and it affected him quite bad. You'd probably argue this has been not really near the standard that Ben set himself last season. So we don't know what these players are going to be like. So it's really hard to pick a team, but I'm going to try anyway. My team is John Joe Kenny will play at right back. I just suspect he will. Pickford will be in goal. I think it could be Keane and Branthwaite in the middle. I think it'll be Ben Godfrey on the left. Then I think in midfield, I think it'll be Alan Doucouré. I think left-hand side will be Damari Gray. I think right-hand side will be Townsend, although I think he might be injured. And then the front two will be Richarlison and Calvert-Lewin. And that should be good enough to beat Brighton. And I'm not discrediting Brighton. I'm not saying they're a bad side whatsoever. And Brighton, Sully, who's one of the supporters of the channel and has been forever, he will go into this game with confidence. Brighton, rightly so, should be going into this game with confidence. Everton's home record hasn't been great either. We've lost to West Ham and Watford, etc., and poor performances in other games. But we need a win. We seriously need a win. We're at real risk of losing touch with the teams that we do want to be competing with, because at the minute the league is actually quite tight. We're currently 15th on 19 points, but if we win our next 2 games, we can be in the top 10. If we win our next 3 games, we can be challenging the top 6. It's a really tight league, so I think we do need to be more positive, and equally I need to be, and that's something that I'm going to work on going forward into January. But with all of the rumours and the news going around with January and some of these games that have been rescheduled, etc., we've got to win against Brighton tomorrow. We have to, and I hope, touch wood, that we do, because I think it will be a challenge. And it'll be interesting to see how Brighton set up. We know that the dangers they have with Lamperty, and we know Basuma in the middle, but they've got that little bit of creativity this season. And again, you'd probably argue that the goals that they don't score, you'd probably say they could be higher up the league, but they've got this habit. They've got this habit of getting these late equalisers. I think they've done it in the last 4 games. I think they've scored in the 90th minute or some mad stat, and I think they've drew 6 of their last 7 away from home, and the other game was a defeat at Villa, which we know so well. We lost 3-0 there, so I really am a little bit worried about this game, but I'm confident. I'm going to go Everton win 2-1, and I'm hoping Calvert-Lewin gets himself back on the score sheet. I think that would be amazing. To be honest, that would be a great start to the year for him, a great start for us as fans, and we can only hope that we sort of move forward. We've got some games coming up that I like to think we can win all of them. Newcastle, Norwich. I like to think we can beat these teams, home, away, whatever. I like to think we can win. It starts with a tough game against Brighton tomorrow. Brighton's probably the tougher of the 5 that we've got coming up. I really think that take 3 points from that and it's all becoming a little bit more positive. In terms of transfer news, there isn't actually loads been said today. Michaelenko obviously been rumoured. Well, it's not been rumoured, it's been confirmed. He is the Everton left back and he seems very excited, young, dynamic, hungry. I read a few posts from, as I say, from Ukrainian people, and they were speaking very highly of him and think this is a real opportunity for him to sort of stretch his legs and show what he's capable of. And this is what I like. Rumoured fees around 17 million. He signed a 4.5-year deal, which is only normal. Wages, I think, are around £52,000 a week, which, if you look at Luca Deans, who's on close to 90, maybe 100, it's not a bad deal, really, for Everton in that sense. So, saved a little bit of money there, and fingers crossed he can hit the ground running when we play in the FA Cup next week. But yeah, because he can't, unfortunately, play against Brighton, which is disappointing. But yeah, apart from that, all good. Guys, I'm leaving it there. Have a fantastic weekend, and match reaction tomorrow. Peace.